Hey guys, Wade here with Diesel Freak. Here's a early 2018 that got towed in here over the weekend for a no start issue. Customers from 150 miles or so away did some diagnostics, plugged in, checked fuel pressure, a couple things. His fuel filter was extremely plugged. We got that changed, and we had good rail pressure, crank, no start. Did some investigating. What I want to show you is this is a brand new engine speed sensor that goes in the top of the bell housing on the transmission. That's what a brand new one looks like. Pulled this one out. That's what a normal, it's a little bit of wear, a little bit of debris makings on the end of it. That's on about a 4,500 mile used Roxor, not bad. And this was his. You can see right here it's broke, worn. He's gotten debris up in that flywheel, up in the clutch housing. That flywheel's come around and it's just destroyed this engine speed sensor. So the ECM wasn't seeing any RPMs. It didn't know what to give it for timing. So it wasn't doing like a fuel injection quantity. It just wouldn't start. So once we had that done, he says, hey, while it's there, let's change the oil. Perfect. Put it up on the hoist. And I'm glad that he took my advice a long time ago. Nice Checo engine oil skid. What I like about this skid so much is the clutch slave guard. And you can see the rust, the bare metal where the powder coat's gone. Obviously weeds, branches, debris, who knows what's been going past there, but this is saving that clutch slave cylinder for sure. And it's all engine skid integrated into the transmission right there. But before I get the flashlight out, I wanted to show you that right there is a good piece, because the other thing we just did last week was change the gentleman's that came in here. I don't want to spill the oil out of that, but you can see how it's all dented in the bottom, all dented to shit. Luckily, we saved this guy's motor. We caught that when it was in here for some service. That oil pickup suction tube is back here, right where this oil pan is all dented and protruded in, and it's slowed down the oil pickup. And you could lead to starvation of the bearings and ultimately destroying the engine, ruining the crank. If you spin a bearing, not ruin the engine, they're overhaulable, it can be fixed, but that's a pretty costly mistake. When it comes to, when guys ask me what to put on their Roxor, one of the first things in my top 5, because the Roxor does not come with an oil pan skid, you need a skid plate of some sort. That's a huge piece to have. So I'm gonna turn on my flashlight. While it was in here, we got up here and we said, needs a front pinion seal. Worked our way back. Front of the transfer case is quite wet. Of course, now I got both hands busy, one with my phone, one with the flashlight, but this has got some wiggle and some movement. We come around back of it, and this thing is just painted with oil. That rear seal, look at the oil. The inside of the frame is painted with splatter. Another U-joint that's pretty wasted. So at the end of the day, oh, and I should go back further. This is actually good right here. The rear yoke and U-joint, those two are really good. And what sucks about that is when you're walking past this and you just lean down and look, that's about the first thing you see. It's easy to look at and you go, oh, it's dry, it's good. You need to get on your back and lay under there and look at that. You're not seeing that from just walking beyond it. So sometimes we got to crawl underneath them. Luckily, we got a 2-post hoist here. The other thing, this fuel tank, that's a factory skid plate. Look at that thing all wrinkled to shit. That fuel tank's dented and pushed up in right there. I mean, it's not leaking, it's holding fluid. He's got a nice dual exhaust on here. Thing sounds nice, but I would say another investment soon to come is going to be a thicker, heavier duty fuel tank skid. The other problem is I don't know how many miles are on this Roxor because the speedometer reads all F's. It's screwed, but from the looks of this, it gets used. That's what they're for. I'm not discounting that, but we have to maintain and keep an eye on and look at. So this Roxor came in for no start, got a new crank sensor, and it's going to be leaving here with pinion seals, U-joints. We're going to pull the transfer case. It's going to get bearings. You could just keep eyeballing this thing over. I've talked with the customer. We're going to stop there, but like these front leaf springs are garbage. He's going to continue throughout the summer with a plan of attack, whether we do a lift kit, replace them springs, whatever. But we are doing a good once look over maintenance. I wish every one of you guys was close to us that we could do this for you. But if you take it to a shop, hold them accountable, ask them for a checklist, look and see what they've done, or do it yourself, get under it, take a look, check it out. As I'm walking around, here's another off the top of that. You can see that shift boot, it's kind of wet and damp up in there. So I'm glad that we're dropping this transfer case down out of it, gonna get a better look at it. I'll update you if anything more serious. Clutch slave, like I say, is good, but that's all wet back in here. Look at that, around that bell housing to transmission. He's been in the water, been in the mud. Shit got up in there, ruined that crank position sensor. I can't get a camera up in there to show you, but that crank position sensor is right up on top of the trans and around the top of that bell housing. And that's why it wouldn't start. It's just the beginning of a long list of maintenance. We're gonna get it taken care of. We're draining the diffs, checking them out, doing an oil change, all fluids, and give her a good once over. Rocks on.